At sunrise on April 26, I was granted permission to stroll through the Denver Botanic Gardens alone, hours before the gates opened. An isolated experience was important to capture my personal journey. This is a spiritual autobiography by Natasha Pizer, May 2014. After years of struggling with religion, I have finally found my place. Through this short documentary, I hope to show a glimpse of my spiritual journey and understanding that not all items on a to-do list should be practical. A reading from The Measure of a Man by Sidney Poitier. Well, I'm no scientist, and certainly I don't have Carl Sagan's technical understanding of the universe and our position within it. I simply believe that there's a very organic, immeasurable consciousness of which we're a part. I believe that this consciousness is a force so powerful that I am incapable of comprehending its power through the tiny, puny instrument of my human mind. And yet, I believe that this consciousness is so unimaginably calibrated in its sensitivity that not one leaf falls in the deepest of forests on the darkest of nights unnoticed. Now, given the immensity of this immeasurable power that I'm talking about, and given its pervasiveness through the universe, I choose not to engage what I consider to be the useless effort of giving it a name, and by naming it, suggesting that I in any way understand it, though I'm enriched by the language and imagery of both traditional Christianity and old island culture. Many of my fellow human beings do give it a name and do purport to understand it in a more precise way than I would ever attempt. I just give it respect, and I think of it as living in me as well as everywhere else. I believe the root of all suffering, whether it's mental, emotional, or spiritual, is a feeling of separation between nature and one another. One of the best ways to initiate the process of awakening to our own individual truths is through the stillness of meditation. The Mayo Clinic recommends mindful meditation to calm the mind and help increase awareness. Being present in the moment is the only way one can truly begin to appreciate life. Despite my refusal to give spirituality a name, and neither confirm nor deny the existence of God, the majority of the world does believe in God. One common argument for the existence of God is the argument for popularity, aka, if God didn't exist, why would most of the world believe? The premise is the vast majority of the world believes in God. This supports the universal truth that God is real. Otherwise, it makes no sense that so many people would believe. Many critiques can be made of this argument. Just because a majority of people believe something does not make it true. There was a time when everyone believed the Earth was flat or that the Earth was the center of the universe and everything revolved around it. As our understanding of science and the universe expands, it illuminates the irrationality of many early beliefs. If history has taught us anything, it's that just because a large group of people believe something is moral or truthful does not make it so. Another common argument for the existence of God comes from the argument from design, aka, every creation must have a creator. This argument has been floating around ever since religion was invented. Most point to the human body, the precise way each of our organs work with each other, and claim it's the most amazing creation of all, and surely there must be some sort of creator behind it. Again, you can critique this argument. The most famous argument for God is also the easiest to completely deflate. If anything sufficiently complicated must have a creator, then who created God? It's as simple as that. Feeling my now unbreakable connection with the universe leaves me yearning with excitement for the future. I'll soon marry a man that I love deeply and graduate proudly because I have found the peace and serenity in knowing there's something bigger out there, but luckily I wasn't given the job to define it. I'll take each day as a precious gift waiting to be unwrapped with pleasure and anticipation.